Jeremiah Buckley. Getting some news on Pfizer this morning. For that, we're going to turn to Angelica Peebles. Hey, Angelica.
Hey, Carl. Well, Pfizer is saying that one of its drugs for sickle cell disease has failed a phase 3 trial. Now, this is, their hopes weren't particularly high for the sickle cell portfolio. But this is still important for Pfizer because if you remember a few years ago, they spent about $5.5 billion to acquire a company called Global Blood Therapeutics. And the deal has already soured because Pfizer had to pull the only approved medicine from that drug, Oxbryta, from the market because of safety concerns. And as part of that deal, they also had some other drugs in the pipeline that they were developing. And so now this failure takes one of those drugs out. And there's still one pill that they're developing that could hit. That's something to keep an eye on. But still, not a great look for Pfizer on that deal. But you can see the shares are basically flat this morning, guys.
Angelica, you mentioned there is one more potential drug from that acquisition, and maybe hopes aren't that high for it, but where does that stand in terms of what stage of development?
Yeah, that's in phase 3. So again, it is late stage, and it could always hit, and it could have a big impact. And here, it's I want to talk about sickle cell for just a second because it might not be a disease that people are familiar with, but this is a blood disorder. It primarily affects Black people, and there really are not a whole lot of great options for it right now. And the reason that people are so excited about what Global Blood Therapeutics has done is that they're developing pills and other drugs that are easier to take. There are some treatments that have been approved recently, but these are more intensive. So think of the drug from Vertex, for example. That's a gene editing treatment that requires, a month in the hospital, and it's a one-time treatment, but it's a really intensive procedure. And so people are hopeful that Pfizer and other companies might be able to come through with something that's a little bit easier for patients to take.
Got it, Angelica. Thank you.